Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Virgin to Me. This week, we're going to talk about groups. I'm so excited. So, I actually love a good group, circle, friendship, circle, groups, whatever you want to call it. Group cruise, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I actually love a good group. We do a ton here at Fabulous Adventures. I almost said Virgin Voyages. Virgin Voyages does a ton, but we also do a ton as well. So we have some curated groups that we actually came up with on our own, which are super fun. And then we also help you guys celebrate all of your fabulous celebrations like birthdays and holidays if you want. And what else would you celebrate? Jeez Louise. What else could you possibly be celebrating? Baby moons, but I don't know you go on a group with that one. Divorce parties, whatever it may be. That's what we celebrate with you, and we help you celebrate that. Usually it's birthdays, I have to be honest. Sometimes you get a good anniversary, retirement parties. We do get that. And weddings. Oh my gosh, how could I forget about the weddings? So we do weddings as well. But our actual curated groups, one of our biggest ones is Girls Gone Cruisin. We do that every year. Super, super fun. It's all ladies, and we're all just having the best time together. Doing really whatever we want to do, having fun and making a ruckus, causing a ruckus basically is what we're doing at Girls Gone Cruisin'. So that's one of them. We're doing a Friends themed cruise this year, which I'm super excited about. That's brand new. Sometimes we just pick a sailing and say sail with Kelly and Samantha, which is always fun. So this year we're doing Iceland, which is awesome. And I think honestly, the reason why people are joining us is because I've been putting on this whole thing that we're going to have like the best time in Amsterdam. And so I think that everyone's coming just to see what happens in Amsterdam with me. So I think that's one of the reasons why everyone's joining us on that cruise. I'm kidding, but I don't really know for sure. Checking out my notes here. We also are sailing actually with Magic 1077. If you're in the Orlando area, we're sailing with them. It's not a group cruise this year, but hopefully we're trying to convince them to do a group cruise next year. But if you do listen to the morning talk show, Magic 1077 will be on board with us. And we won't tell you the date because they don't want to do a group cruise just yet. So hopefully soon. But we are doing that. We are doing a couples cruise. We're calling it a couples cruise. It's actually over the holiday or Valentine's Day this year, and we did it last year as well. We called it a couples cruise, but honestly, you don't have to be a couple. You can just join us because the more the merrier is how I look at it. So trying to think what other group cruises that I'm missing that we've done and we'll do. But majority of the time we do like sail with I'm so excited about this one. This is my new one that I've been pitching to Ariana. I love that I own the company, but I have to pitch it to Ariana and the rest of the team to see if they actually agree with me. And really, Kelly is like kind of the final stamp of it. And I'm always like, Kellers, what do you think about this? And she kind of gives me the stank face or not. Like, it's like, but then usually when she gives me the stank face, I still do it anyways because I do own the company. But fact of the matter is, I'm very excited about this one. We haven't put a date on it, but I've been pressured for a couple of years to do a singles cruise, not a solo cruise, but a singles cruise. So if you're single and looking to mingle, that's apparently what we're trying to do here. And not to be confused with pineapples and upside down ones. We're talking about a true singles cruise. And I am beyond excited about it. I don't know if I should be that excited, but I really am. So, because I think it'll be so cool and I think people would really enjoy it, especially if you're single. I think it would be super fun. So that is what we're looking forward to. I don't have the dates on that, but if you do want to join us for the girls cruise, that is September 17th this year. And then we also have October 2nd on the 2026. Shoot, it's somewhere in that range. And that one's actually super cool. It's going to not Grand Cayman, sorry, Turks and Caicos. And Friends themed cruise. If you love, and it's not Friends like as in, oh, you're my friend, let's be friends. It's Friends, the TV show. So like, I'll be there for you. That is June 25th. And we are also doing, I can't believe I left this out. See, this is what happens when I start talking and thinking. Jamie Kincaid, who is super, super popular. If you're in the fitness world and love a good dance fitness, which is me, I love to go on YouTube and watch, or not watch, participate, actually do some dance fitness. She's huge on YouTube with dance fitness. She is going on July 9th. I'm looking at my board over there. July 9th. So if you're a fan of hers and you want to join, contact us because it's going to be a great cruise. So I'm super excited about that one. So let's get into why group cruises are the best way to travel. Let's be honest. The easiest way to answer that question is the fact you're traveling with your friends or new friends or people that you've never met before. I would say that it is awesome because you get to meet some new people. And honestly, even if you don't know half the people that you're in the group with, but you're supposed to go with, the main person that is the group leader. There's always a group leader that says, hey, I'm going on this cruise. You want to come with me? So there's always someone that does that. Everyone goes. It's the best way to travel. The way that we do our groups here at Fabulous Adventures is we do not force you to do anything. We give you an itinerary. You come. You don't come. We don't care. We're not going to check off, Jennifer didn't make it to the Lotteria. Great. Like, we don't care. Jennifer, you want to hang out on your swing in your hammock? We don't care. Hang out in your hammock, do that, and join us at dinner. So we're super chill here at Fabulous Adventures, but we want to give you something so that you feel like there's activities that you can basically participate. But Virgin's the same way. So their group trips can be overwhelming to plan. So if you are the ringleader, you're the Pied Piper is what they call you, and it's starting to get like, we want to help you because, oh my gosh, I love a good group. I nearly choked earlier talking to a client. I was like, I'm dying. I don't know what's happening. I'm losing my voice. I gotta go to the ear, nose, and throat doctor. Be like, what's happening to my voice? Basically, like I said, group trips can be overwhelming, and we want to help you plan them. And Virgin makes it easy for everybody. So no one gets stuck planning everything, and we coordinate everything for you. So we'll coordinate your dining for you. If you're eight people and above, we do dining for you here at Fabulous Adventures. We'll also try and book anything that Virgin will let us book ahead of time. So like if you want something like Lotteria, or if you want shot for shot, or if you want a specific show, we try to do that ahead of time for you. As long as Virgin lets us, we will request it. So I'm putting that clarification on there because listen, we'll request it, but we can only go so far. If Virgin doesn't let us, we don't have a shot. So like I said earlier, there's something for everyone. There's built-in entertainment and dining, of course. So no debating where to eat and what to do each day. We will do that for you, basically. We can create an itinerary for you, which is what we do for all of our groups. We send it out. And again, it's you do you. That's the Virgin way. That's the Fabulous Adventures way. You want to join, don't join. Listen, if your Pied Piper, though, is making you go, that's on them. I'm not going to tell you can't go. If your Pied Piper says you got to show up, you better show up and don't get in trouble. But definitely we'll do all of that for you. And no surprise costs, obviously, with Virgin. So that's a nice part with groups and that kind of thing. You don't have to pay for gratuities. Wi-Fi is included. Your specialty dining is included. And basic bevies are included. So that's always nice. But we have done so many groups. I can't even begin to tell you. And I love them. I love birthdays. I love all the celebrations. And I love to hear when people say to me, I'm celebrating my 50th birthday. That's the majority. I will say that's the majority of it. We're getting 40s and 50s right now. Birthday. So I love it. I think it's super fun and I always want to help you guys. So Virgin's new groups program is awesome. It's brand spanking new. It just came out. I was going to say, I paused for a second because I was actually going to call him what our fun, let's call it pet names for each other. He'll kill me for saying that. But Nirmal, the CEO of Virgin Voyages, and I have different names for each other because he told me the story of how he got to this whole groups, the new groups basically. And so we both have nicknames for each other. So I almost said his name the wrong way. But Nirmal and I have had many conversations about this, about groups. We've actually sat down from the beginning and worked together on it. But they have come up with a really great group program. So there's actually two group programs. I'm going to be honest with you. There's one that's on the consumer side and one that's on the travel agency side. The one that's on the consumer side, they try to make it easy for you guys. So if you can hit 8 cabins, you'll get 10% off each cabin. You'll also get up to $300 in bar tab. depending on the length of the sailing. So you'll also get a bar tab, and you'll get one dedicated group dinner. So now that's what Virgin will do for you. And they'll hold that price and promo for 30 days so you can get your group in order. So again, it's 8 cabins, which means 16 people, but it doesn't have to be 16 people. It's really based on the cabin. So if you have some solo people and you end up at 8 cabins, that's what it is. It's 8 cabins. So it's really not hard, I have to be honest, to find 8 cabins. And you get 10% off, but the 10% off has to be booked at least 180 days prior. So 6 months prior, basically, somewhere in that range. Did I do that math right? Yeah, 6 months. So it's about 6 months prior based on, obviously, the date and that kind of thing. But again, they'll hold the price and promo for you for 30 days. If you do not make the 8 cabins, the whole thing goes poof, as if it doesn't exist, and you have to start all over. So know that. But our team here at Fabulous Adventures will arrange more dinner for you. So while Virgin will get you the one dinner, we'll arrange the rest of the dinners for you. We'll do all that work for you. So when you step on board, you don't have to do anything. That's what we try to do with our groups. We try to really make sure that they don't have to do anything when they step on board. I do not want, really, honestly, I don't want all of my people running around trying to get stuff done and make sure that they've booked this, that, and the other thing. I want you guys to be set when you get on board because that's the best way to start your vacation. That is the new program for consumer. It's pretty much the same for TA side, but it's a little different. You have to hit 10 cabins. So I will give you that option if you contact me and say you want 10 cabins, because that one's a little different, I will say. But the consumer side is 8. They try to make it much easier for you guys. And it's kind of the same, I would say, on the TA side, but it's not. It has a little bit of variance. So how to make the most of your group cruise, basically planning tips for your group cruise. You want to book together. That's probably the easiest way, I will say. And here's the one thing. If you're the Pied Piper, please listen. If this is the one thing you take away from this podcast, I want you to listen to this one thing. If you are the Pied Piper, don't go around asking people what date they want. I promise you this, more often than not, you will have 8 billion dates that you have to deal with, and then you'll be sad that Joe's can't go on this date and Sarah can't go on this date and Ken can't go on this date. Whoever it is, pick the date that works for you. Just like they said in that movie, which I'm probably going to say it right now wrong, but if you do it, they will come. If you make it, whatever that saying, what was it? What was that movie? Oh gosh, I can't think of it. Kevin Costner was in it. I can't think of the name, but anyways, if you do it, they will come. So just pick the date, go with that date, whatever works for you, and just say, hey, everybody, I'm sailing on this cruise. If they want to go with you, they will go for you. If it's your birthday, they will go for you. So know that. Don't spend your time worrying about dates. You can look at pricing if you want, but don't spend your time worrying about dates. Really, really just pick the date. If you take one thing away, take that. I promise. This has been many years in the business knowing this. So trust me on that one. Like we said, book together. That's your easiest and best way to do it. It'd be nice. Here at Fabulous Adventures, we don't need everything right up front. Obviously, we need to know names and date of births. We can talk to your people for you. You can send us emails and we'll send out emails for you on your behalf and say, hey, Sarah's celebrating her, birthday or whatever it may be. And, she wants you to join. So if you'd like to join, here's the pricing. We'll do all of that for you. You don't have to do the Pied Pipering of that sense. We just need the info. That's all we need. So we'll coordinate schedules. We'll make sure you're all linked together so that you can coordinate schedules. You can see what everyone else is doing. We'll book all of that for you. Your excursions, your dinners, all of that for you. And we'll create a group itinerary for you, having a mix of structure and free time, basically. So it's whatever you guys want to do is what we'll do for you. The best restaurants that we suggest for groups are the Wake, because there is some private dining areas. Pink Agave has a really nice private dining area and a couple of really big tables that are really nice. And Gumbe is super fun for groups. Although I will tell you that if your group is bigger than 8 or 10, you will split up because the tables are built that way. So that's the hard part there. So if you're 12, it's kind of like, you're going to be 6 and 6. But hopefully you'll get next to each other. Fun group activities on board would be like shot for shot. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Any sort of class like the 80s workout, people love that. It's a great group activity. Loteria, one of my favorites. It's Loteria Gigante. It's Mexican bingo with a twist. The twist is tequila, in case you haven't heard me say that. Trivia nights. There's a game called, oh my goodness, what is that game called? Salty Trivia, I think it is. Maybe I'm wrong. And then there's karaoke. There's group karaoke, private group karaoke. So even if you're not a singer in front of people, this is a room inside of Virgin Voyages, inside of the ships. It's called the groupie. There's 3 of them. They're small, medium, and large. The small one is big enough for 2 to 4 people, although I'm going to be honest, we fit like 7 in there. The next one is like 5 to 7 people. I'm going to be honest, we fit like 10 in there. And then the third room is like 10 to 12, somewhere in that range. And we fit way more than that in there. So, I mean, we've left the door open and whatnot, but it's great. The karaoke is awesome. So even if you don't sing karaoke, super fun, because listen, if you do it as a group, you're just in there singing. Like, nobody cares. Nobody's in there Mariah carrying it up like, ah. Nobody's doing that. They're in there singing like Don't Stop Believing at the top of their lungs. And then they have a voice like mine afterwards, because you've lost it from singing at the top of your lungs. They will do private cocktail hours for you. There is a fee for that, obviously, and there's group meetups. So they will do private cocktail hours. Like I said, it's per person and per hour. So nightlife, obviously you have the Manor nightclub, which is perfect for groups, and super fun. And then shore excursions, they will do group shore excursions for you. They'll also do private shore excursions for you. So you just need to look into that and see, what works best for you and what works best for your group. So some people love planning every detail, and some just want to show up. And group cruises, I know it's one of those things that we're here for you to do both. It's easy to do both. And, with prearranged dining and group of activities and flexible scheduling, everyone gets the best experience. So we're super, super cool with that. And we love groups, like I said. So types of groups, if you want to talk about that and reasons why, I totally forgot about this one. It's one of the first ones on here, is the bachelor and bachelorette parties. Can I tell you how many I see on board and how perfect it is? So you could even go together. Like, say you were like, you're a bride. Hey, brides, if this is you, grooms, and you're like, I don't want to have a bachelor or bachelorette party without my husband. You could do this together, and you could have separate activities where you're still together, but you guys are celebrating. And I think that's like the perfect way to do it. Or you just go with your girls and just go have a nice cruise, or you go with your guys and just have a nice cruise. Obviously, birthday getaways, huge one. Reunions. I just did a class reunion in October. That one was huge, super fun. They were awesome. I absolutely loved working with them. That group was huge, and they were so fun. So they did a class reunion. They said they loved it. Themed cruises. Oh my gosh. You could do, like we're doing the Friends TV show themed, fitness themed cruises, corporate cruises. You could do, entertainment cruises. You could do all kinds of things for themed cruises. I was thinking about the other day, I was like, oh my gosh, we got to find a knitting crew. I do feel like, honestly, I'm not sure that the knitting crew will be like, this is my jam, but they might, because there is some relaxing on Virgin. So I think that the knitting crew and the Mahjong crew might actually love it. So themed cruises would be awesome. So the group leader role is, everyone needs a planner, like I talked to you about, the Pied Piper. This person works with us to learn to make sure everything runs smoothly. They're kind of the voice, obviously, the Pied Piper. There's direct access. When you get on board, you'll have direct access to the group's manager, and you'll be the one that they come to and say, hey, what about this? Or we need to rain check this because it's, the weather's not good. So when I did the wedding, there was some rain. It was fine, but had they known about the rain, we would have had a different place that we had to move them to. So the group manager will contact you and be in contact with you. If it's a very large group, one of us from the office tends to go with you. So when it was a wedding, I went. I definitely went on the wedding to make sure everything was okay. And turns out that I ended up being the officiant. That was phenomenal. I loved it. It was my first time ever, and it was great. So it just happened that was the case. So we do tend to go with you if it's a large group. I tend to send somebody from here. That class of 74 that we sent out, we sent a rep, because there's just so many things that can go wrong, and we just don't want that to happen for you. even the person that's in charge, I want you to also have the best time. I don't want you running around trying to make sure everyone's okay and that this has been taken care of and everyone's booked on Lotteria and who's here and who's there. So here at Fabulous Adventures, we try to send somebody with you depending on the size of the group. If you have 8 people, we're not sending someone with you. You'll be just fine. But if you're a fairly large group, we're sending somebody with you because we don't want you to have a bad experience. So basically that's kind of the gist of it. Basically what you want to book with us because we're going to help you with it. Can Virgin do it direct? Yes, of course. You can do it direct with Virgin, but you're going to have a hard time. I'm going to be honest with you. They weren't set up that way for it. And don't kill me, Virgin. Nobody get mad at me that's been listening to this. I feel bad, but you really aren't. I feel like that they're getting there. So I do feel like Virgin is getting better at groups and making it easier for people. But I can't imagine being a direct consumer going to Virgin and going straight to them to do a group. I have to be honest, because the amount of hair pulling out that we do on our side for you guys is a lot. So I can't imagine somebody doing it on their end. It'd be like, blah. So, with that being said, we'd love to obviously help you book your group and whatever it may be, whatever you want to celebrate, all the things. You can celebrate your hair dye. I don't really care. You can celebrate your new nails and have a group on it. I really don't care what you want to celebrate. We'd love to help you celebrate it. And I'm there right there with you celebrating. So, yeah, so I would love it. But if you do not know who we are, I probably should have said this earlier. I love that I wait to the end to do this. I really think that after all, I think I've been doing this for a year at this point, and here I am still doing it wrong. I love it. But here we are. Woo! If you do not know who I am Samantha from Fabulous Adventures Travel Company, and we run a group on Facebook called Virgin Voyages Cruise Tips and Deals. And yeah, come join us there for all the cruise tips and deals. And we love Virgin here at Fabulous Adventures. So join us and let us know if we can help you with any groups. But I'll leave you with my favorite phrase, which is, you float our boat, and I will see you next week. Bye.